Welcome to Bar Harbor, Maine. In this video, we are going to be exploring the town as part of our cruise on the Norwegian Breakaway. We are exploring on our own, so in this video, I'll be sharing some of the sights and attractions that you can see if you're visiting Bar Harbor, whether you're on a ship or just visiting on your own. Let's go see what Bar Harbor has to offer. Bar Harbor is a small town on Mount Desert Island and is known as the gateway to Acadia National Park. The town was established in 1796 and is rich with history and natural beauty from the amazing ocean views and natural elements. Bar Harbor is located approximately 5 hours from Boston and has a year-round population just over 5,000. If you're just tuning in, I've been sharing videos from our Canada and New England cruise, so be sure to check those out for more information on the ship and ports, linked in the description below. Now let's jump into our day in Bar Harbor. We kicked off our morning boarding a tender boat to take us from our ship to the island. A fun fact we learned at the information center was that the ship actually anchors behind one of the islands, so it can't be seen from the shores of the downtown area. We think this is to keep the town looking as picturesque as can be without the presence of a large ship in the bay. After a short tender ride, we made it ashore to Bar Harbor, and now we are setting out on foot to explore the town before we head out on our Ollie's trolley tour. So I actually booked it on the tender boat on the way over, and we got the first trolley tour. That's the 30-minute tour of Bar Harbor. They had other ones you could choose from that were longer, and they took you into Acadia, but we just wanted to see around this cute little town, and for now we're going to explore it on foot. There are so many spots where you can get lobster here, like Stewman's. They've got takeout and dine in, and it's right on the waterfront. It's not open yet, but we may have to come back to this one. Bar Harbor, Maine, the museum in the streets. We are at stop number 1, which is the waterfront. We are getting a live look right now of this boat unloading their lobster catches. So these are probably heading to some restaurants for dinner tonight. Maybe even in my lobster roll. Something you should check out if you're in Bar Harbor is Agamont Park. I hope I'm saying that correctly. It's a beautiful park area with benches overlooking the harbor. It's a great spot to stop, sit in nature, and take in the scenery. Plus there's a beautiful fountain, and it's conveniently located right across from some shopping. Today, we did it. We found blueberry pie at Stadium Bar Harbor, and I am super excited. We came back to the park for a nice peaceful spot so that I can give this blueberry pie a try. It looks pretty delicious. There are sugar granules on the top baked in. I can see the tiny blueberries inside. Alan, you may have the first bite.
I can't do that.
What an honor.
You've been wanting this for a couple of days. By all means, take the first bite.
All right, I'm gonna have the first bite. I don't even know how to do this. Is it in like a little, it's in like a little container thing inside.
Just mangle it.
I'm going for the middle. That's where the blueberries are. Ooh, baby. Those are so tiny. You can see how tiny those are.
Wild blueberries.
Yes. All right. So this definitely lived up to my expectations. It's so delicious. It's sweet, but not too sweet, and great blueberry flavor. I love it. Pie is also my favorite. I just love pie.
That is so good.
So when you're in Bar Harbor, we definitely recommend getting a blueberry pie from wherever you can find one. I think that's a very popular time of year for blueberry pies, so wherever you spot one, get it. We got ours at Stadium and can definitely recommend. Now that my blueberry pie has been acquired and consumed and it was everything I hoped it would be, we're gonna set out on foot again and continue exploring the Main Street before we head to our next activity, which is a trolley ride. And shopping on Main Street is another activity you can add to your list in Bar Harbor because there are so many adorable shops with souvenirs, merchandise, things that you could take back to show that you were in Bar Harbor. They even have a whole store dedicated to Acadia National Park with merchandise you can purchase there. We are back at the pier area, and this is where we are going to be boarding our Ollie's Trolley tour. It's a 30-minute tour of the Bar Harbor downtown area, and it leaves at 10:30. I purchased these tickets on the way over on our tender boat, and the lineups here are absolutely massive now. They have a 2.5-hour Acadia tour, a 4-hour Acadia tour, and they have a few other options as well. So we're just doing the short 30-minute tour because we wanted to explore the town and this area and have a few other stops we're gonna make this afternoon.
Island. This is a solid granite island, just to give you an idea. And if you didn't know it was solid granite, you can see the granite curbs and the sidewalks, the granite retaining walls, the granite benches. We have a tremendous amount of granite. The base of the Brooklyn Bridge was made out of the granite from Maine. So was the New York Stock Exchange, the Philadelphia Library.
The trolley tour took us past charming shops, historic sites, mansions, and points of interest throughout the town, and it was a great way to get an overview of the area. If you're visiting on a cruise, I would definitely recommend booking your tickets early because as we saw, the tours got very popular and filled up quickly after we arrived ashore. We just finished our trolley tour and I can say it was definitely worth the money. We really enjoyed the experience. It was nice to learn more about the area and some of the history. Plus our tour guide Gloria was really funny and gave us great information about some stops that we could make in town. Now we're gonna go explore and see where we find. I'm just here for the lobster. I can relate, Sasquatch, I can relate. So something I've learned from shopping around town now is that pretty much everyone has Acadia merchandise here that sells clothing. So if there's clothing for sale, you can probably find something Acadia related. After the tour and wandering around the town, it was time to find something to eat for lunch, and lobster was on my menu. The goods have been acquired and now I'm going to find Alan in the park so that we can eat it. We went to Down East Deli for our lobster roll today. It was recommended from our trolley tour. And in the bag we got 2 bags of chips, my lobster roll, Alan's BLT, and a huge surprise, another blueberry pie. Am I gonna eat 2 blueberry pies today? Absolutely. So I got a classic roll. Does feel a little small compared to yesterday's. I'm afraid of dumping it out.
It's also $10 cheaper.
Yeah, yesterday the lobster roll cost $30 or $31 actually, and it didn't come with anything else. This one was $21.95 and it came with chips and a pie. All right, here she be. So this is classic style. It's cold lobster with mayonnaise. So let's dig in. It's very good. I will have to say I think I do prefer it hot with butter, but I wanted to try the classic, the cold way, and it's really good. My overall thoughts of the lobster roll was that it was quite delicious, but I think I just prefer it heated with the toasted bun and the butter. I'm actually just salivating thinking about that. Cold was pretty good too, so whichever way you like it, just enjoy it. Alan's BLT was pretty good as well. I think he would have preferred the bread toasted. And now it's time to dig into the pie. Ooh. 2 pies in one day. I think I like the crust on this one better than this morning. This morning's was really good.
How's the filling there?
The filling's delicious. It's just delicious. I love it. Yesterday I couldn't find pie to save my life, and today they're just giving me pie. The verdict on the brewery was it was absolutely delicious. There are 5 in a flight, so that's pretty awesome. And they even have $25 lobster rolls on Wednesdays. So check it out if you're in the area. The Criterion Theater has the original marquee out front, so it adds a bit of historic charm to the town. Not that the town needs it, because it's already pretty charming, but very cool. If you're feeling adventurous, you can also take sea kayak tours or rent a bike. Our next stop of the day is at the Bar Harbor Historical Society, and this was also recommended on our trolley tour this morning, so we're glad that we saw it. Now we're gonna go explore. This house is absolutely beautiful. There are 3 stories that you can explore, and while the furnishings aren't necessarily original to the home, they are original to the time period, so it's really cool to see how they have it set up. There are numerous rooms that you can go through and explore, and you can also go outside and walk around the gardens and take in the incredible water views. This home cost $100,000 to build back in the day, and the Historical Society of Bar Harbor purchased it for $4 million, and it's been open for 5 years to the public as a historical site that you can tour. The second floor is mostly bedrooms and dressing rooms, and now we are up on the 3rd floor, which was the servants' quarters. The Bar Harbor Horse Show, August 22nd, 23rd, 24th, 1911. So we're just slightly late for that one.
It was all one big thing.
I would definitely recommend adding the Bar Harbor Historical Society to your list of things to do if you're coming here. It's a mansion, it's huge. There are 3 stories plus a basement, and it's really amazing to take in some of the history about this place and also check out the views. You should be able to see it in the camera, but it's even better in person. The water here is super clear, and it almost looks like you're looking at the Caribbean Sea. It's so beautiful. I have absolutely loved our visit here to Bar Harbor. It is such a picturesque place. I love the downtown area, the fishing village vibe, the lobster boats. It's just so picturesque, and I feel like I've said picturesque 1,000 times in this video, and it's really truly because it is. It's just so beautiful here. I really enjoy that it's easy to walk as well. Pretty much everywhere we wanted to go, we could easily get there. We didn't have to take any sort of transit, and we took the trolley only for the narrated tour to learn more about the area, but everywhere that the trolley took us, we could easily walk. We actually did the downtown area a couple of times. We're gonna do it one more time because I think I might actually want to get a souvenir from this spot. And I'm trying to convince Alan to move here because it's just so beautiful. But I say that pretty much about everywhere we go because I just love these waterfront towns. Anyways, we're gonna go head down to the main street again, maybe get a souvenir, and then make our way back to the ship. Next up is Bar Island Path. This is a sandbar that allows you to walk out to Bar Island. However, you can only go when the tides are right. So there's about 3 hours, 1.5 hours on each side from what we understand, where it's favorable to walk out over to the island. Right now, it is not. So we will not be going to Bar Island on this trip, and it would just be our luck that we would get there and probably get stuck anyways. So even if we could walk across, we probably wouldn't. We asked our tour guide what was on Bar Island, and she said nothing, and that's the joy of going. So it's really to get out into nature and have a picnic out there, just enjoy a hike or whatever you want to do. But there really isn't anything over there, so there's no amenities. You just walk across the sandbar, enjoy your time, and then come back. And after our final scenic stop, we started to make our way back to the cruise port so we could catch a tender boat back to the ship. We are officially in the line to head back to the ship, and it's moving pretty quickly, so that's good news. And part of it is covered, so we get to stand out of the sun, which is very hot today, and Ellen's pretty happy about the shade. It was a big line, but it was moving pretty quickly, and it only took about half an hour before we got onto a tender to head back. Although I hate the lines to get to and from the ship on tender ports, I always love the views it gives us as we arrive to the port and head back to the ship. Well, I hope you enjoyed seeing what we got up to here in Bar Harbor, and that this video can be helpful for you if you're planning a trip here in the future. And as always, if you like this video, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of my upcoming travel videos. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Coming up, I'll be sharing all about our day in St. John, New Brunswick, so stay tuned for that.